Welcome back to our Introduction to Division lessons. As you will notice this week, we are on a different set of lessons. Last week we did Lesson 10. This week we are working on a Lesson 11, Session 1. This is actually our second session for Introduction to Long Division. But these are some review lessons from 3rd grade, so it should all be things that you have seen before. Today we are working on exploring how multiplication and division are connected. We talked about it a little bit last time, but this one we're going to go in more depth. So you should be on page 239 of the packet that you received at Pickup Day. And we're going to take a look here starting with number 1. Number 1 says draw an array of 4 rows of 3 pennies to the right. So I need 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And then I need 3 pennies in each row. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Write a multiplication equation for your array. Well, if I have 4 rows and there's 3 pennies in each row, it would be 4 times 3 equals 12. Now break your array into 4 equal rows, or 4 equal groups. So I'm going to do it this time now because I can see that I easily have 4 here. So I have that group, and one last group of 4. Now it says write a division equation for this array. Well, I started out with 12. And then I broke it into 3 groups, so I divided each group by 4. And that means that I have 3 different groups. Or you could write 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Both of them are correct answers. What 3 numbers do both equations use? And in this case, we have 3 equations. So it only uses 3 numbers for all 3 of these. And those 3 numbers are 12, which means the total number, 4, which means the equal groups, or how many in each group, and 3, which means the same thing as 4. The result of division is called the quotient. Quotient is a fancy way to say answer. Circle the quotient in your division equation in problem 1C. So here's 1C. So it's either going to be this right here or this right here. Technically, it should be 12 divided by 4 equals 3, or 12 divided by 3 equals 4. Circle the same number in your multiplication equation. Our quotient in this one is 12. Did you circle a factor or a product in your multiplication equation? We circled a product because a product is the answer. Okay, let's move on to page 240. Complete the problem below. Nick buys 20 stickers. He puts the same number of stickers on each of 5 pages in his scrapbook. Draw the stickers Nick puts on the pages. Write a division equation and a multiplication equation for this problem. So I'm going to start drawing stickers, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and that's the number I was going to. Here's another example down here. It has the stickers, and we could even divide them. So if we have 5 pages, we would need 5 different groups. So we could draw circles around 4 of them, and if we draw circles around 4 of them, we find that we get to 5 pages. So our division equation is 20 divided by 5 equals 4. Our multiplication equation is 5 times 4 equals 20. Explain how you could use a multiplication equation to find 20 divided by 5. You can use this by doing this. If you know 5 times something equals 20, well, what number goes in this box? If you know your multiplication facts, then you should easily be able to do that. If not, you can count by 5s until you get to 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, and we see that our answer that goes in this box would be 4. Now our last question on this page is, how is division doing the reverse of multiplication? Well, if you notice here, when you do division, you do 20 divided by 5 equals 4. If I turn it around, I can do 4 times 5 equals 20. So it reverses because, look, it switches places. Our 5 is still in the middle, but it could be in either spot. But our 4 and our 20 switch places with the signs. This is also what helps us make fact families. On page 241, we have the word quotient. What is it? Quotient is the answer to a division problem. What do I know about it? You can divide a large number by a smaller number to get a quotient. Example, 20 divided by 5 equals the quotient. So our answer is 4, which is the quotient. Another way you can do this is by saying you have 2 plates and you have 4 cookies on each plate. How many cookies are on each plate? Well, there's 4. So my quotient would be 4 because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cookies on each plate. You can make your own example on this one. Right, now down here at number 2, write a multiplication equation and a division equation for the array. Well, our easiest one to do is multiplication because we're familiar with multiplication. So first I'm going to count down. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 times 6. You should know this, but if you don't, you can count all of these circles to get your answer. 3 times 6 equals 18. So now I just have to flip these numbers around. I take my 18 and I put it in the front, and then I can do divided by. I can either divide it by 3 or I can divide it by 6. It doesn't matter. I'm going to divide it by 3 this time. But then that means the other number is my answer, 6. So 18 divided by 3 would equal 6. Excuse me. Now we're moving on to page 242. I highly suggest that you complete this page on your own and then come back and watch this video. So feel free to pause this video and go complete this page and then come back and watch the rest of it. Alright, hopefully if you're watching this video, you have completed this page. Yuki has 21 flowers. She puts on the same number of flowers on each of 7 pages in her scrapbook to dry them out. Draw the flowers Yuki puts on the pages. Write a division equation and a multiplication equation for this problem. Okay, I'm not going to try to draw these fancy flowers. I'm just going to draw them as stickers or circles. So I'm going to put 1 on each page until I get to 21. And when I get to 21, I will stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now I can see that I have 3 flowers on each of my pages, and I have 7 pages. So my division equation would be 21, because that's the number I needed, divided by 7, because I had 7 pages, which equals 3 on each page. But if I was doing multiplication, then I would be doing 7 times 3 equals 21. Explain how you could use a multiplication equation to find 21 divided by 7. Well, we know that 21 is the total number, so I could put it as the equals. So 7 times what equals 21? And that would be where I would put my 3. How is multiplication doing the reverse of division? It is changing it around to see the number of equal groups. That is it for today's lesson. I will see you back for Intro to Division, Lesson 3.